What's up, guys? Yeah, what's up, guys? Today, I have some theory that you might not like about me. You're probably gonna hate me so much when I'm gonna say this, but you know, I have been confirmed a lot of things to myself, and to me, it makes sense. But the doctor says I'm neither of these things. Like dissociation, psychosis. I don't feel like it either. It was just a curiosity. I'm none of them. I'm not dissociative. I'm not one. And that's not out of the brain or by psychology on my own. It's the doctor or the psychologist who decides. However, an antisocial needs to be confirmed in their brain, just like a psychopath and a sociopath. What they do is just diagnose me and say I am not a psychopath or a sociopath or an antisocial personality disorder person. That does not work like that, in my opinion. Not really. So yeah, what I was gonna try to say is that when I'm very angry, I can be both a masochist because I love being in pain a lot to calm my rage side. It makes me calm down to be a masochist. And a sadist is when I'm enraged or feeling evil right now. When I'm feeling evil or being evil, I am very sadistic when I'm enraged, most likely. But I'm not very often sadistic. I don't feel like it either. And I do not regret it at all. Because it makes me be myself. Well, you know, very often I am very narcissistic and very arrogant. Especially when it comes to my own style and balance. I am very proud of myself and I mostly mocked people out, which that's a most narcissistic sign. That's yeah, and when I'm doing plans that makes me strategic, very planified, very thankful of my own plan. There's very often of my plan to be very manipulative and deceptive to others that might show and make me to the others view they view the same way that I do. It kind of makes everyone think I am Machiavellian. Like I'm not joking around. I'm saying this because I'm serious. I will never joke about something like that. So yeah, people in my school call me a low functioning, and I'm functioning either psychopath or sociopath. Maybe both of them, but we cannot be both of them. It has to be either of them. And I will wonder if I am one of them or not. Those are my opinions, but I don't think the doctor was right about me. I think he just said not a psychopath very quickly. He might be right. Who knows? It's just my theory. Sorry, just Pepsi. Pepsi's allowed in the video. Alright, first of all, I be narcissistic, arrogant, and sadistic in some occasions, like most psychopaths have. They are less sadistic as they tend to not be too violent like sociopaths. That's the most thing I ever heard about the other psychologists. But also, they can be extreme impulsive. They are most likely extremely boredom, as I am very bored and impulsive very a lot. Irresponsible, disrespectful, most likely in my childhood. Yeah, it counted a lot. Yeah, it's qualified. Not very often, but in situations that if I am very angry, then yes, I am. As my anger is both sophisticated and barbarian. It might look like that I am a sociopath, but I'm not a sociopath at all. As my barbaric acts, my acting is not acting for actors to be actors to do mocking about it. No. Those are serious ways to show how some hatred I feel. As I am completely nihilistic, completely misanthropic. Including in life and humanity. And that is not a joke either. I will never joke at something like that, like I said before. I can be very charismatic in a dangerous way. I can be very manipulative, very deceptive if I want to. I take the entire blame on anyone and I feel nothing about it. I show rarely tears, but the emotions I feel, I do not feel it. Instead, I express them without showing it to others, but to hide it, like a real mask. Like this mask over there. It shows how I don't really care about emotions, neither feelings. My empathy, my fear, my emotional connections, my mercy, my fear, my shame, my remorse, my guilt, my worrying, I don't really show them. Instead of showing them, I hide it, and most likely, I lack any of it. Conscious depends on my situation. Right and wrong, I prefer to ignore it. I'm aware of my actions, consequences, and reality very much. taking a blame. I find it not fun, but I enjoy it at some point, but that doesn't mean I find it fun, to be exact. My personal gain of successful is most likely a reward. As the consequences, I stay emotionless. I am most likely emotionless to what I do wrong, and to the right is not a reward. It makes me feel more powerful, more dominant, more controlling to others, so I might make friends easily. That's how my mindset work. But am I that of a high functioning psychopath? That's the question right now. I am very calculative. I am very highly intelligent. I am most likely ruthless and cold blooded with my emotions. But I am never a murderer. When I'm angry, I wish to, but I never do it. But that doesn't mean I'm afraid to do it. No, psychopath shows no fear to do it. Not at all. I never shown one anyway. However, I shown very painless. I am very high pain tolerance. Very much. I am very strategic. I am very logical thinking. I am very logical reasoning. And I can be very mathematical, very highly intelligent, very stealthy, just like most psychopaths do. But that doesn't mean if you are doing this, that doesn't mean that you are a psychopath. That's not what I meant. But it's the generality. I might be wrong. Bloodthirsty? Yeah, if I lick my blood, sure. If I am very callous, yeah, very much. I know what callous means, honestly. Vengeful, very a lot. Watchful, very much, yeah. I'm, yeah, most likely a mastermind, as I hide in the shadows. I am very versatile, versatility, whatever this is, at polluting or vandalizing bottles. I have no regret of breaking bottles in school. It was fun. But I do not impress my fun really. I do express it. I do express it sometimes. That's all. Sometimes. But most likely do not express at all this enjoyment. I most likely mimic emotions, as I wanted to show emotions to others. Well, I most likely mimic any of it. I am very self-aware. I am thrill-seeking a lot of situation, and I do like to risk taking things in my own way, just like psychopaths do. I am very aggressive when I'm enraged, but I am rarely violent. That's why people said I'm a functioning psychopath in my other school. Right now I'm in a different school, but I was before school, to be exact. I can be cunning, indeed. I can have a lot of smartness. And capable of love. Most likely because I am very creepy. I do not feel love. But I do have love, but I do not feel it. I do have care, protection, and protection, but I do not express it. But I have to not hurt the other's feeling. But if I do, I do not express it. But I might just approach the person. Alright, let's see parasitic lifestyle. Very often. You might do not believe it. Saying, no, that's impossible. You seem like a good guy. And stuff like that. I am a good guy. But those might be my personality. But that doesn't mean I am a bad person if I do. Also, early childhood problems. Yeah. Am I, like, an example, am I being abused? No. No, I do not. Not by my family, of course not. That's impossible. They're very nice. I love them so much. Oh god. But I got abused by my bully in primary school. I do remember it. Yes, that still qualify, okay? It's a tragedy. I think so. Am I shallow? Yeah, that goes with Collis, I guess. Parasitic lifestyle, it still qualifies of what I do sometimes. Have a strong reasoning desire for revenge. Vindictive. Bruh, yes. I tell you the truth a lot. I am very vengeful. Am I encouraging fights? Yeah, I do. Am I lustful? Yeah, I can be promiscuous, whatever that means, but I guess that's true. Uh, I do not just check the internet. I do not self diagnose. No. I check very carefully and it makes sense, but that doesn't mean it's confirmed. I do not self diagnose. Just an opinion, it's not the same thing. Grandiose self worth, yeah. Pathological lying, I do lie. Not often, but my lies might be pathological. That means it makes sense in my own path, in the path of others too, not just on me. Promiscuous behavior. Like I said, yes, I feel lustful. Early behavior problems, like I said, my bully, lack of realistic long-term goals. Very often, very often, like having a girlfriend, but nah, it might happen. It's not really a long-term or lack of realistic. It might happen, but to be an actor or an astronaut, that's very lack of realistic, most likely. But yeah, I guess. Failure to accept responsibility for own actions, to apologize. I do not accept that responsibility to apologize. I do not. But I only do if my family, only if my parents force me to. In general, I do not do it. Many short term marital relationships. Marital, not yet, but I might do it. Juvenile delinquency, yeah, like kicking girls in the sand. I felt no regret, so that's juvenile delinquency as is assault. Harassment as I repeatedly do it. Revocation of conditional release. I'm not in jail. If I do, who knows, I might not care. Criminal versatility, pollution, vandalism. Hold on a minute. I need an example of criminal versatility, okay? Disability of types of criminal offenses, regardless if the person has been arrested or convicted for them. Get away with crimes? Yeah. Criminal versatility? I am. I am still emotionless about it. I did get in trouble. That's it. But Did I care? Not really. Poor behavior control. I'm not a low-functioning psychopath, so no. But I'm most likely to behave and control very carefully my actions, like a functioning psychopath does. Many type of offense. You might say that. Drug or alcohol abuse. Yeah. When I'm depressed and stuff. Of course. Very much. Antisocial, I don't know. I don't know. It might be possible. Poor probation or parole risk. I'm not afraid if I'm guilty. Lack of sincerity, cunning. Yeah, indeed. Damn, is this my checklist? Or is this the psychopathy checklist? Because it does seem familiar to me, except for vocation, conditional release. Well, for now. What? What the heck? Did it stalk me or something? I don't know about that. No. Okay, as I don't really seem to freak out. As I do not fear at all, but that just makes me don't really feel weird, but makes me weird, but not really feel. Come on, this is kinda too much. Yeah, too much. Well, whoever has those signs must be related to me, except for the revocation release and stuff, and marital status, many marital status. I do not have a marital yet. What is marital exactly? Yeah. That might be most likely in the future. As I do not really have emotions. Not really. That I know of. Cruelty or mean streak. Well, I did throw a hockey stick on a teacher. I did stay emotionless and have this face. But besides that, hell no. Unnecessary cruelty or mean streak. It qualifies, I guess. Disregards of for rules, laws, norms. I do repeat a disregard, but it's not really repetitive. Not like low functioning psychopaths does, but high functioning is just very low of disregard. But that doesn't mean they stop there. As disregard, I'm not afraid to do it. Well, when I'm being watched, what does it get you? You just get in trouble. But who knows? You're in trouble, I'm still emotionless. So this is why I feel, or taking by curiosity, that I am one of the psychopaths or sociopath. It's not me who decide, it's the doctor or the psychologist. This doctor did not check my brain. If it did check my brain and said either that I am not one of them or being one of them, that way that will have confirmed it. But it did not check my brain, which that's the opposite. Because they have a 33% of small amygdala, a big forehead, and in the rumor is a small brain. I don't know, but they still highly intelligent sometimes. It depends on the psychopaths, sociopaths. It depends on it. Unaffected and unafraid of consequences. Most likely. But that doesn't mean it's very often though. I don't know. Short, broken relationship. Just one. Did I feel I've been broken up? No, I know. Exploitation of others for personal gain. I did pick a coin. I did pick a vest or hoodie, whatever it calls in English, and I throw it in the trash. And that's kind of exploitation. If it qualifies, then yes, I do exploit. If it doesn't qualify enough to be exploitation, then no, I did not exploit. But besides that, personal gain, I do. Abnormal ways of thinking. Yeah, like I did talk a lot about doing crimes or doing the exact crimes. I am not afraid of actually doing it. I am not afraid if I'm caught. But I have to listen to my family, but that doesn't mean I am afraid to do it in front of them. Because I am not a coward. I do walk one way if I'm caught, if I'm about to get caught, but in general, I do not hide my crimes. Not at all. I'm just standing there, feeling emotionless, feeling calm and stuff. I have no idea. Poor attention span, loss of interest. I am not really feeling attentions. Oh my god. Loss of interest. I do lost a lot of interest in my life. Come on, it's easy to tell. Violent tendencies, abuse, or aggression. What does it matter? Of course, Hostile and oppositional by nature. Well, I do am miscentrist. Never for no reason, like Shirts does. But I do have a reason why am I misogynistic. One, they are often misogynist, sexist. And I do have hostile oppositional for Donald Trump because he is racist. Very much. I am very superficial charisma. I have a lot superficial charm. I'm not afraid to show it. That's hostile oppositional by nature. And also 5, why am I miscentrist? Is because most male of my school insults me and my friends. I was not affected by it, but it does bother me with boredom. Ugh. But come on, you do understand my reasons why am I miscentrist, right? I am not misogynistic, but I do am miscentrist. A lot. And I guess that's it. I guess. Anyway. Oh, there's a quiz. Hold on. There's a quiz that I remember. Hold on, I have to see it myself. Hold on. It's called Psychopath Test. How evil are you? 1. I am manipulative. Yes, everyone is manipulative. In my view, yes. Manipulated people deserve it. I guess. I have a cruel streak. When I'm in rage, I exploit others for my own gain, yeah? I like remorse. Most likely, but I fake remorse. A lot. So yeah. I have skill of at mimicking empathy. Most likely. Selfishness is a sign of strength. Yeah, it makes me confident. I am entitled to special treatment. I have arrogant body language. When I'm overconfident, I see people as prey. Yes, but also as tools and insects. I betray people's trust. Most likely, when I argue, I have isolated someone to further abuse them. In primary school, in nursery school, and most likely in my high school. But right now it's not a high school, it's a adult school. It's not the same thing. I have a fake self I show to others. Yeah. I do show my mask to hide who I am, most likely. So yeah, it does qualify. The power to harm or will says me. When I feel sadistic only. Power is intoxicating. I don't care about anyone but myself. When I'm narcissistic, but when I'm nihilistic, no. I was a bully at school. Kicking girls in the stand. Come on, it's bully. Empathy is a weakness I take advantage of. Yeah, empathy is very weak in my opinion. It does not really makes me confident. It is worth my own suffering to punish others. I guess yeah. I play people against each other. When they do arguments, I do say, yeah, go, 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 go. So I guess it does. I manufacture chaos around me. Arguments. I brag about how great I am. In ways, yeah. I like to make people feel bad. When I said, haha, I am very intelligent than you, I most likely said that. I am vindictive, yeah. I have set traps for someone. Yeah, I did. I did do that with the fence. It does qualify. I felt content for happy people. Yeah. I respect a clever scam. The Roblox generator. It does deserve our respect as it was very convincing. Very convincing. I flatter those I can leash from. Yeah, very flattering indeed. I bully those I consider weak. Those girls were weak, so I consider weak as they were easily kicked in the sand. They could have avoided it, but that's not my problem. They did not avoid it. I am superior to others. Yeah, I fly into rage when my importance has been questioned. Yeah, I feel rage that I was born. I am skilled at controlling people, mind reading. I do soul reading as well. So, yeah. I did think that I controlled their souls and I controlling by calculating their souls. That's what I think in my brain. I am hypersensitive to perceive insults. I like to make people doubt their own sanity. I do madness inducement. I have armor baby. Boring? No. I have hurt an animal. Yes, but unintentionally. It does qualify, but I did it unintentionally, okay? It's by accident. I led a parasitic lifestyle. Yeah. I idolize, devalue, and discard people. If they're not my time, then yes. I like to get others into trouble. Yeah, when they're getting in my way. at some point. I have cheated someone out of money. If it's Roblox card, does it still qualify? After all, I just care about Roblox card, most likely. Money. Most likely, that's all. I enjoy tormenting people. When I am enraged, yes. I use people's words against them. I most likely argue. Most likely aggressively. I blame others for my mistake. Yeah. Only if they talk too much, most likely. I despise sexual women. Oh, that's personal, I guess. Why am I saying the words that's supposed to be censored? Come on, for my sake of my YouTube channel, come on. It's my personal game. Despise these type of women. I will say that instead. And the answer is yes. Because I prefer, most likely, normal woman. I cannot form meaningful relationships. I was emotionless. I do have love, but I do not feel them. So meaningful relationships that I cannot form. Yeah, if I'm staying as emotionless, but I do hug them, that's still not meaningful. As staying emotionless instead of feeling expression of emotions, what does it get you? It's not meaningful at all. I don't fall in love, I just love myself. It's best that way. A single life. So yeah. I love to watch people suffer when I'm enraged or feeling evil. I have tortured insects. Mosquitoes. It does qualify. Yeah. 98% psycho. Norman Bates is scared of you. You are a narcissistic psychopath. It's not really a compliment, but I do feel like it's a compliment since I do not care. So if you say that's a compliment for me, comment down below. I feel it's not. I do not really feel, but I guess I feel. In some way. No idea. So, back to the subject. Am I an antisocial personality disorder person, a psychopath, or an antisocial person, sociopath? Low functioning or high functioning psychopath or sociopath? Comment down below right now to know if I am one of them or none of them. That I am just insecure of myself. It's your choice of your own thinking, as I don't think my doctor verified me very well. Really. Well, anyway, that's your choice of thinking. So am I. And you always respect mine and I respect yours. And if I do not care about judgment of others, not at all. Their opinion, not at all. I most likely respect my judgment and mine is poor judgmental, is poor eccentric, very pathologically eccentric, obsessive, very possessive, very greedy. But I do not really respect theirs. But anyway, that's all for the video. Bye.